Hi folks, I want to go for a little ride today. I want to talk about something that may be bugging some of you folks if you're like me. So I'm in my mid-60s, a little less than mid-60s, and I've had diabetes for about quite a while, more than 15 years. I'm taking care of it. I'm taking my drugs, I work out, I watch my diet. My numbers are good. But I have a little problem called diabetic neuropathy in my feet. So I'll come across a few things that may help you if you have the same problem. Or if you get it later, remember what I'm going to tell you today. So I've been having tingling in my feet when I ride long distances. I'll say like over 10 miles. And at night when I sleep, I have problems with my feet, feeling a little tingly or numb. It was getting a bit worse and worse as the years went on. And ever since I started riding my Terra Trike Charge since July of 2024, it's been seemingly getting worse. I use lotion on my feet and take care of myself and go to see the doctor. But my wife, she's Hispanic, and Hispanics here in New Mexico are heavily influenced by Native Americans. They've been together here for over 400 years. They've intermarried. They've shared their remedies, their herbal curandera, just healers. The healers that they didn't have doctors back then. They had to have Native American healers and then Spanish healers. And they have a lot of traditions in New Mexico. They have what they call osha, which is a root that helps you with your lungs. Native Americans noticed when bears came out of hibernation, they would go right for that root here in New Mexico. That's because they needed to get that root into their systems to clear their lungs out after a long hibernation. So Native Americans knew more for thousands of years of what local stuff works and what doesn't work. So like I was saying, Native Americans would notice that the bears in the area down here in New Mexico and Colorado and probably in Utah and other areas that grow the root that they would go after, they noticed, and so they started particularly watching them. Turns out that root's good. It clears the lung. Turns out that it clears, like if you got a toothache, that root also helps. Osha also helps with maybe pulling out some of that infection. It's like an expirant. It pulls it out. So she turned me on to that. You know, I've been with my wife almost 20 years. Get a little lung infection or a little toothache, you can chew on that root or make a tea, or you can steam it and breathe it. It works. Another thing they do here, it's in the Hispanic culture that me being white, never heard of, never seen before, is taking what they call mentholado, which is mentholatum, and putting it on the soles of your feet and putting wool socks on at night when you have an infection in your lungs. It works. I never did that when I was growing up. My mom and dad didn't know about it, and if they did, they never did it on us. So there's these lot of remedies that they know about. So I was telling my wife that I was having problems with tingling in my feet, and I was getting worried about it. It was getting worse and worse. So am I riding this trike, tingling in the feet on 10-mile rides? I'd come back and my feet were numb. And that's even with the assist. I wasn't happy about that. I was getting worried. It was kind of cramping my style when I'm riding because, man, you're in the zone. You don't want to deal with that crap. So I was mentioning to my wife, like I said, about my feet tingling, and she goes, you know what you ought to try? Is castor oil. Now, I've heard about this stuff. I've never used it. That's what we get right here. It creates a healthy skin barrier. It says here that it contains ricinoleic acid, an essential fatty acids known for moisturizing the skin and maintaining balance. Comb through your hair, put it on the soles of your feet Add a dab to your nail beds for nourishment. Apply generously to sun-kissed skin. Folks, this stuff works for me. I almost don't have any neuropathy going on within a month. Put it on every night after every shower. And I usually shower at night. If I shower in the morning, for whatever reason, I put it on again. It's very sticky and very oily, but it doesn't leave a lot of residue after your skin eats it up. It's I put it on the cuticles of my thumb and everything. And normally I don't get into stuff like this and tell people, but I have to tell you because it's helping me. My wife, the healer, she knows a lot about stuff, and it's, you know, 400 plus, longer than that. They brought it over from Spain, but I think where the Spanish really learned here in New Mexico was from the Native Americans. My wife's and my son are 1/3 San Diego Pueblo. They married into the family over 200-300 years ago, so they have a lot of Native American herbal and living off the land, and they have knowledge of the plants, the yuccas, the bean, and the creosote bush, and the cactus that we have down here, the yucca, the yarba, all these things that you hear about that's good for you. A lot of them come from New Mexico. So, castor oil. I get it at Sprouts. You can get it at Whole Foods. It says here it's pure botanical, no synthetics, authenticity verified, never tested on animals. It's 100% pure oil from the castor bean. Now, you want to get this from a reputable dealer because you got to harvest all herbs and all essential oils at the right time, because if they're not harvested in the right way, they can be toxic. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm telling you what I did. And this stuff is amazing. Now, number two, what did I do number two? If you watch any of my YouTube content, you know that I watch Mickey at Laid Back Cycles. And the reason I like him is he sells every trike out there now, I think. He sells Azib now. He sells Ice Cat, Greenspeed, Terra Trike. There may be some other brands, but he puts a lot of YouTube out. And I really like the guy because I don't think he's trying to get you to do. Yes, he's a major dealer in the United States, one of the top dealers for trikes in the United States, probably in the world. But he invests a lot of time in the YouTube content. His techs, his master techs get on. I have learned so much from them guys watching them. As I've said in the past, I'm a master mechanic, retired from the Air Force, but that doesn't make me a pro trike mechanic. I'm getting better. I'll be one of these days when I'm probably 80. But I always learn from people that, wisdom comes from learning from other people. You can learn one of two ways: learn the hard way, do it yourself, or learn from others. If you learn from others, you have wisdom, because you gain their wisdom. Mickey at Laid Back Cycles has a master mechanic, and I apologize, I can't remember his name. He's longer haired. Mike, I think, I'm not sure. Anyway, he is a godsend for doing mechanics, setting your derailleur, setting your brakes, just doing flat repair, making it simple and easy to understand. Why not? But Mickey said he's talked about people with neuropathy. So Mickey said that if you have neuropathy, on some of his YouTube content, he's talked about these pedals right here and other types of pedals. So I like the Terra Trike strap system only because this is what I kind of cut my teeth on, so I'm going back to it. I'm getting a new trike, and my new trike will have the same setup on it. Now, they have other pedals that look like the Frankenstein feet. They're weighted, they always stay balanced, that have a big pad, and it also has a heel restraint. Those look heavy to me. I've never ridden them, so I can't tell you, but what Mickey said was those help people with neuropathy because they can move their feet up and down to find a comfort zone. But he also said for people that had neuropathy with these straps, neuropathy for me hits me right behind the ball of my foot, right in the arch. So what I've done is I typically rode with my foot a little lower, where it was more on my ball and on my toes and my feet, because I can push a little harder, but that was causing my feet to tingle. So what I did last couple of weeks is I sucked up the strap up higher so it pushes my toes up, and now the pedal where I'm pushing is well below, much lower. It's down in the lower arch down here instead of being up here, and I'm only talking an inch. That was another game changer. Thanks, Mickey, for turning me on to that. If he wouldn't have said that, I don't know if I'd have figured that out on my own. I would just would have thought, oh, my feet's hurting because it's, but that's a pressure point. Makes sense now. So Mickey puts out a lot of good info if you listen to him, if you do your research, if you slow down and watch the video content. All of his stuff is educational. All of it gives wisdom. So I want you to know that those are the two things that I did that have helped me immensely. And what it's all about is getting a quality ride. Riding and enjoying it. And if your feet are tingling and hurting, it just takes away from it. So I wanted to share the neuropathy, diabetic neuropathy, or maybe there's other types of neuropathy that it will help with. But that castor oil and Mickey's recommendations on different kinds of pedals or different ways of setting your pedals up has really helped me. Anyway, hope all this helps, folks. I hope you like my stories and my adventures. Starting to get a lot more support on my channel. I appreciate it. But let's go for a ride. All right, I already did a pre-flight. Folks, here it is, the 3rd of January, 2025. And it's almost 72 degrees here in Las Cruces. It's a heat wave, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. It's normally not this warm here. Turn on my computer. So I went for a 6.1 ride this morning. And I had to cut it short because my son attends Mayfield High School, my youngest son. I had to go get him from, he had basketball practice. He's on winter break right now until next week, but he had practice, so I had to cut my ride short. But I'm gonna go out for another one. I like to do 12 miles a day, but I did want to tell you about the neuropathy, the diabetic neuropathy. I don't know about other neuropathies. I know my dad has it, but I don't know that his is diabetic neuropathy. His is really bad. It's almost just really been hard for him. It has been for quite a while. But I gotta tell you, folks, what between my wife and what told me to do with that oil and making sure my feet are in good shape, and then what Mickey at Laid Back Cycles says, boy, it just made a difference. My rides are so much more enjoyable. Been doing a lot of riding. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 75 degrees in Las Cruces, while the rest of the Midwest area of the United States is going through a vortex, some kind of polar vortex coming down. It's going to be freezing up and snowing in Texas all the way down to Louisiana, supposedly ice storms. We're not getting that here. I guess we're on the back end of the high. There's a high zone set up above us, so we got a heat wave going on while the rest of the nation is freezing their Komisiyama off. A lot of stuff going on in the nation right now. We're getting ready to set a new president. Hope that transition goes well. Hope we all heal up and move forward. A lot going on in this world. I go out and do rides and I contemplate on things and I clear my mind. Encourage you to do the same. Don't let the world get to you. It's like eating an elephant one bite at a time. Don't try to eat it all. But I was really excited about this feet issue I was having. I've shared a lot of medical issues with you, but when I find something that's working, I want to share it. What's working is riding this thing. That's good for you. It's good for your mind, good for your soul, good for the physical portions of your body. It's exciting, it's fun to get out and ride. Just get out and pump these legs. I want to tell you, I really appreciate your patronage and watching my videos. The last video that I did posted was City of Rocks. It's doing very well. Smitty rides his Terra Trike Charge, the City of Rocks in New Mexico. That was a fun trip. Before that, I posted one about Smitty rides his Terra Trike Charge to San Miguel, New Mexico with the pecans and the red chili. That one, by far, is exceeding numbers. Unbelievable. I get a lot of good comments that you like my travels and you like my perspective and my honesty about things. And I don't believe in propaganda, and I'm not a radio DJ. I'm just a guy riding a trike and trying to make a difference. I like sharing and helping others. It's the neighborly thing to do. I think we need more of that in this country. We need to help each other. We need to forgive each other. It's too much hate, too much Russia, too much China talk, too much Taiwan talk, too much just crap. Too much hate. We need to heal. We need to help each other. So it's about, hello puppies! Have a good afternoon! Anyway, I'm not riding anywhere particular today. I'm on my second ride for today. This one got so excited. I wanted to share with you about this castor oil sooner, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't making it sound better than it was, and it's actually better than it was. It's just less and less of an issue every week that goes by. Been doing it for about a month solid, and oh boy, it was starting to worry me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was gonna lose my feeling. My dad's really struggled with that. He has a hard time walking. Can't feel his feet. Bless his heart. I mean, look at this view. I love bringing you guys up here. It's my favorite ride. This is my afternoon ride. I mean, how could you get tired of this? I'm not really trying to tell you to move to Las Cruces. I don't really like a lot of people being here. But, I mean, this is my world. For a while. Looks like we're moving back to Santa Fe in the spring, which I'm okay with. I love Santa Fe. I've really enjoyed this year down here. I think I'm running out of time to film down here. It's going to get cold. It's going to drop 15 degrees by next week. This cold front is going to affect us, but hopefully it'll get back not as cold, but not as warm probably. But God, 75 degrees January 4th. The Oregon Mountains. You know why they call them the Oregon Mountains? Because the Spanish said they look like organ pipes. Not so much from this vantage, but if you go over to Las Cruces, which is this way, about 5 to 6 miles that way, maybe a little farther, the more you go over there, the more rugged they look. Here, they're pretty rugged, but not as much as over there. Anyway, I bring you here a lot because I love this area. I want to tell you that my father bought me a trike for Christmas, bless his heart. I support his channel. I told him not to buy it for Christmas because it's very expensive, and he did it anyway. He wants me to go and ride these trails, and we've talked about it when I did the 6-month review of the Terra Trike Charge. The Terra Trike doesn't do as well in this stuff. City of Rocks, you saw me do that video, and it was much better roads than this. It is a state park. They took better care of the roads. This is just off-road stuff out here. I wouldn't take my Charge too far down out here on this trail. So my father's bought me a Fat Tad. I'll keep my Terra Trike and have a second trike for somebody to ride when they want to go out with me. My wife will ride it. And then my son, my son's 14, my youngest son's 14, and he's 6'1", going on 6'2", and probably going to get much bigger than that, taller. So the Sunseeker Fat Tad CSX has adjustable seat. He'll probably ride that one, and I'll ride the Terra Trike Charge when we ride together. But I'm not going to stop riding the Charge. If I'm going to go on pavement, I'll still take this trike and ride it. And I'm going to do a comparison between the two to give you real data on how I feel. I love this trike, but I want to go off-road. I've already started picking out some really neat places to go to take you guys. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. This Terra Trike's been a good girl. She's fared well. I've learned a lot by riding. I want to thank my father for getting me that. It hasn't arrived yet. They shipped it yesterday from Pennsylvania, and it's supposed to be here by the 8th. With this storm, could be 2 weeks more, or who knows. But I wanted to tell y'all that it will soon be getting an evaluation done on that Sunseeker Fat Tad. We had 2 slick tires put on the front, and with fenders and a knobby rear, and that's all I got. I've ordered a lot of extras for it already. I'm struggling finding bags for it. I really don't want a rear rack. I like the way they look without a rear rack. All this I got on this trike is plenty. I don't camp with this thing. The Terra Trike has a bag here. Got this one. I've got one under here. I've got this one, and I got one on the other side. That's plenty. The Sunseeker, I'm starting to figure out how I'm going to build that one. I intend to do the same top. I already ordered the top. It's going to be red. How I attach it will be slightly different, but I'm going to try to copy because I really like this setup. It's worked well for me. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Dang, Smitty. It's my dad. It's been that way. Anyway, my dad's very giving. Anyway, my father is a very giving man. He's the kind of guy that complains about a dime. Spend $4 grand on you like that. Anyway, I wanted to appreciate that, and I hope y'all appreciate it. I'm really not spoiled. I've worked hard all my life, but every once in a while my father surprises me. He's always been that way. Anyway, we're gonna have fun with that trike, and it's just gonna expand our adventures. I'm gonna be able to do on the road and off the road and do both. I'm not going to abandon the Terra Trike. I'm going to keep riding it. I'm going to do both. I'm going to go fat and go off-road. Terra Trike really doesn't make that trike for me. We talked about doing a all-terrain or a traveler, but it's not suspensioned. I need that suspension. I can't wait to have fun on it. I hope it's a good bike. It's got pretty good reviews. I know this one is. It's just not set up to go off-road. I didn't think it out very well. I'm glad I got the Terra Trike Charge. That ain't gave me much of a problem. It's been a dang good trike, and I ain't done with it yet. I only got 500 miles on it. I need to clean the chain and do maintenance on it. Anyway, folks, I know I said like and subscribe earlier. I'm gonna say it again. We got to cut this short.